Hey everyone, it's Jason. Welcome to another Marvel vs. System 2-player card game unboxing. So this is S.H.I.E.L.D. versus HYDRA. So we've had, of course you can always check out my how to play video to learn more about how the cards work and everything. Because here we're just going to be reading through the abilities and all that. I'm not going to explain really the gameplay mechanics. Well, we check out the base game. You're going to have like your big core teams of X-Men, Avengers, and Guardians of the Galaxy fighting off against the villain team, which is just a mismatch of different characters. And then we had two other box sets, which were the Defenders, which had the Defender team versus the Underworld, which again was a mismatch of like Underworld or schemy characters, dark characters like mystic characters and stuff. And then we had the A-Force set, which had the female A-Force team versus the Femme Fatales, which is a bunch of mismatched female villains. So this is the first time we're really getting an established one set versus another set. So we have S.H.I.E.L.D. agents versus HYDRA agents. And they don't even list it as S.H.I.E.L.D. versus HYDRA on the box, like on the cover or anything, which is really cool. It's just the S.H.I.E.L.D. symbol versus the HYDRA symbol. So yeah, we're going to get the two different brand new teams. It is recommended to get the core set so that you have your counters and the instruction book. But like the other small boxes, if you know how to play and you have counters you can use from something else, this does come with all the cards to build two separate decks. So you can just sit down and play if you want. Alright, then the rule book here, just a little pamphlet. Let's look over this quick. So, of course, we're going to get the S.H.I.E.L.D., which are the good team, HYDRA, which are evil. There's two new types of keywords. Agents, several S.H.I.E.L.D. agents have the new agent keyword, which allows them to work together. When an agent appears with the top cards from your deck equal to the number of agents on your side, put in the bottom of your deck. The more agents you have, the better you'll get. The better you'll be able to gather intel. So agents let you kind of search and stack your deck a bit. And then HYDRA gets soldiers. When a soldier appears, put a -1 counter equal to the number of soldiers on your side and your unprotected enemy supporting character. So the more soldiers you have, the more damage they can do quicker. Then there's, of course, other things like HYDRA, High Council, Infinity, some other different specific effects. There's a Cosmic Cube, which has some things. And then there's required Marvel. So there are some cards that require you using only Marvel cards. Because they do have, like, eventually they will release, or they have released, by the time this video is out, Alien, Predator, Buffy, and X-Files. So if they release any other non-Marvel sets, you can't mix these specific cards with them. There's an updated card in here we'll go through, and then there's your deck list. So there's a S.H.I.E.L.D. list, and the HYDRA list, and then there's a special Kobik card we'll go over when we get to that one. Alright, let's just hop in and see what characters we have. So to start off, we're going to go with... Oh no, a box got in my way. I can't move my chair. There we go. We're going to start with our HYDRA, or not our HYDRA, our S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. So we're going to have Black Widow. So this is the first time we get Black Widow as a main character. We've seen her in a couple other sets now. So she has level 1 Widow Sting. Pay a blue, choose an enemy. Choose an enemy character melee combat with Black Widow and put 2 -1 counters on them. And then red in her leisure. When you play a location with a red symbol, Black Widow gains an XP. Then when we level her up, she has the Red Room. Pay 4 red, choose an enemy character in melee combat with Black Widow and wound it twice. That's a lot to do 2 wounds, but can probably finish someone off. That's cool. Then we have Captain America, who has a mantle, which means has little stars. So this is just saying you can use the regular Steve Rogers Captain America and the Falcon, which has AKA Falcon down here, Captain America. So if you're playing this card, you can power them up either using Captain America cards or Falcon cards. but you're also only limited to having 4 Captain America or Falcon cards in your deck. So it's kind of a little give or take there too. So we have Swoop. So like this card is considered Captain America. You can have 4 copies of the other Captain America and 4 copies of this Captain America, but you can only have 4 copies, a combined total of Captain America Mantle with the stars and Falcon in play at the same time. You can't have 4 Steve Rogers Captain Americas, 4 Falcon Captain Americas, and 4 Falcons in play. So whenever they have the AKA, it limits what they can do as well. He has Swoop, pay a red, defenders without flying can't strike back in combat, and United We Stand. When Cap gains team attacks, he gains an XP. Then his level up is Shield Toss, pay a yellow to daze any number of front row enemy characters. What would Shield be without good old Nick Fury? Undercover mission, pay a red, hide a ready supporting character on your side, and keep vigilant. At the end of your turn, Nick Fury gains 1 XP for each ready character on your side. Then we have his level 2. The Infinity Formula, pay a blue. Nick Fury cannot be wounded for the rest of the game. At the end of each of your turns, if you do not use this power that turn, KO Nick Fury. So he basically becomes unstoppable unless you can't pay for that ability, which is a really interesting mechanic. Up next we have Quake. Who has Shakedown. So it says pay a blue, turn a location face down, and Epicenter. At the end of your turn, Quake gains XP for each enemy face down resource. When she levels up, she's going to have Aftershock. Pay a green, move an enemy front row character to its back row. It is immobile till the end of your next turn. It can't move during its formation step. So there are 4 brand new leads, main characters. We're going to get Shield agents, so we're going to have 4 of these. Supporting characters, Swarm, you can have any number on your side. And Agent, when a character appears, will be the top card of your deck equal to the number of agents on your side. Put any of them back on the bottom of your deck. We are going to get Slingshot. This is part of Nick Fury's Secret Warriors team, along with Quake. Agent, so I'm not going to reread Agent every time. And she has Yo-Yo. At the end of each turn, put Slingshot into her owner's hand. I'm going to get 4 copies of her. We have Fitzsimmons. This is like, also, well, I guess both Slingshot and them would also be from the S.H.I.E.L.D. TV series. So this is actually a neat card because it has Agent, and joined at the hip. When Fitzsimmons would get wounded, they lose 1 agent, and the enemy player chooses them to lose either Bioengineer or Gadgeteer until they get healed. So the Bioengineer part of it gains play a yellow, pay 2 less to recruit your next character, or Gadgeteer, use a red to pay 2 less to play your next equipment. That's kind of neat. It's a 2-cost character that has 2 health, has 2/2 damage, has double agent, and has 2 abilities. And if you damage it, you basically did a have it in 1. Well, that's been kind of neat if they got a -1/-1 counter, just to show that they were down 1 person. We have Sharon Carter. She also has Agent and Smart. When Sharon appears, draw a card. So that's kind of neat. So Genius, they get 1 every turn. Smart, they only get 1 when they appear. We have Maria Hill, who has Agent as well. And then Welcome to Pleasant Hill. Pay a blue. Remove the enemy supporting character from the game. That player reveals cards from the top of their deck until they reveal a character that is not already on their side. They put that character into their side and shuffle the rest and reveal cards into their deck. So it's a gamble, but it could be a good way to get rid of a powerful card and hope they draw something weaker. We have Agent Coulson, of course from the TV series, who has Agent, and welcome to S.H.I.E.L.D. S.H.I.E.L.D. characters on your side have stealth. Captain America supporting card. Dodge, Captain America can't be ranged attack, and Inspire. When another character appears on your side, it gets a +1 counter, and Leader, when Cap is team attacked, you choose the defender it strikes back against. Classic S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, Dum Dum Dudgeon. Life Model Decoy, pay a blue, put 3 +1 counters on Dum Dum for each Dum Dum supporting character in your KO pile. Molinga May from the TV series. Agent and the Cavalry. You pay 1 less to recruit May for each wound on your main character. She could come in very cheap. We have Hawkeye. Quick Draw. Well, Hawkeye is ranged attacking, enemy characters can't strike him back, and Sniper. Hawkeye can ranged attack back row characters even while they're protected. We have Man Thing, which is an interesting S.H.I.E.L.D. character. Whatever knows fear will burn. Pay a blue, stun unprotected evil enemy supporting character. We have Iron Man in like almost a Hulkbuster armor. It's not quite Hulkbuster. Or it's a different design. Oh, yes, it is a Hulkbuster. Right there. Just it's not a typical design. Pay a blue, choose an enemy character, then put +1 counters on Iron Man until his attack is higher than that character's. Nick Fury. So I did say earlier, Slingshot, I mentioned she was from the Secret Wars, because I thought they were going to have more of them. She was just the TV version. She's Yo-Yo Rodriguez. So it'd be neat if they had some more of those characters in there. They missed a couple, but that's alright. That's if they have expansions. Expansions for. Agent, an eye for detail. Play a yellow, which is the top card of your deck. If it's a character or equipment, you may play it for free. And Director, at the end of your turn, you may rearrange your formation. And then our final supporting character is definitely interesting. So this is Grant Ward. And you can see these all have comic book art, even though I keep saying they're from the TV show, because they're all in the comic books as well. So he is a HYDRA and a S.H.I.E.L.D. character. He has dual team affiliation. He has Agent and Soldier, and then he has Selfless. The Selfless, pay a red whenever another character on your side gets wounded. Wound Ward instead. It uses power only if your main character is S.H.I.E.L.D. Or Selfish, pay a red when Ward gets wounded. Wound another character on your side instead, uses power only if you're a HYDRA. That's kind of neat. Depending on which team you have him on, he gets a different ability. So he can sacrifice himself, or he can use everyone else's meat shields. Alright, so S.H.I.E.L.D's going to have some interesting new cards. We're going to have Equipment, which we haven't seen in any of the previous sets. So just like Plot Twist, if it has a symbol, you require them to use it. We have Plasma Beam Hand Cannon, or Handgun. Standard issue, you pay 1 less to play if you equip it to an agent. Long Arm, equipped character has range and +2 while making ranged attacks. And Melt, if you pay a red, KO an enemy target equipment. So now you can have a S.H.I.E.L.D. card to play this, but you don't have to play it on a member of S.H.I.E.L.D. You can play it on somebody else. We also have the Quinjet, which has VTOL capability. Equipped character has flight and 3/3. And then we're going to get our plot twists for S.H.I.E.L.D. Strategic Homeland Intervention, the beginning part of S.H.I.E.L.D. Strategic Homeland Intervention. Oh, I can't think of the rest of it. It doesn't help that they keep changing it either. Alright, anywho. Change a defender in the combat. Choose a defender in combat to get +2/+2. If it's ready, it gets +4/+4 instead. So they only get one specific plot twist because they got the equipment. Then they get their special location, which is of course the helicarrier. Alright. That was our S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. Let's look at some HYDRA. Alright, we have Helmet Zemo, or Baron Zemo, but this is Helmet version. Fall before my superior numbers. Choose a number, 1 or higher, choose an enemy player to discard a card. With that cost, if they don't have one, they reveal their hand. So you have to hope for a specific card number, but if not, you just see what they have in their hand. So the next turn, if you use it, or if you use it right away, you will have an idea of exactly what they have. So Army of Evil, 11 to recruit when you to level up. When you recruit your first character each turn, Zemo gains XP equal to its cost. And then the price of disloyalty. Gaze an enemy supporting character. If it doesn't share a team affiliation with the main character, KO it instead. So that works like his villain version as well. Now we have Madam Hydra. Mysterious Plans. Level up 5. When you play a resource face down, Madam Hydra gains an XP. She's a 0-6. She becomes a 4-8 with Secret Empire. You can recruit characters and play equipment from your resource row. When you do, replace that card with the top card of your deck face down. So that's crazy because you can play whatever you want. And then we have Red Skull. Mental calculation. At the start of your turn, leave the top 4 cards of your deck. Put 2 on the bottom of your deck and the other 2 back on top. And the cube is mine. There's a level up of 1. When you equip a cosmic cube to Red Skull, he gains an XP. So this one's really hard because basically you have to use his mental calculation to look for the cosmic cube so you can level up. But once you have it, he has 10 in range and curse you. When Red Skull has no cosmic cube equipped, he becomes a level 1. Yeah, so that's pretty powerful. I'm going to skip right to the cosmic cubes. I just want to show off what that does in conjunction. So cosmic cube costs 2. It says 1 of a kind, reshape existence. Pay a red, look through an enemy player's deck and choose a card. Remove any number of cards with that name from their deck from the game. So that's how crazy Red Skull can get. Except it gets worse, because there's another version. Reshape the mind. Pay a yellow, which is the enemy player's hand, choose a card. Move all cards with that name from their hand from the game. If that's not cool enough, we have a 4-cost one that is Reshape the Soul. Pay a fist, green fist. Choose an enemy supporting character. Enemy support can remove it and all other supporting characters with that name from that side of the game. Or we have a 4th one that is Reshape the World. Pay a blue, choose an enemy location, remove it and all other locations with that name from that side of the game. So yeah, he gets 4 different versions you can search for. There's only 1 of each in the deck. She's only going to have 4. None of them are going to boost his stats or anything, but he's a 10-10 with range, and you have to somehow get rid of his equipment. So there is that. Alright, then we can get back to the regular cards. So we have one last main character, is the Supreme Leader, aka Captain America. So this whole thing is Red Skull use the Cosmic Cube, or a form of it, to reshape reality so that Captain America had been a secret HYDRA agent all along, and now he came out as a Supreme Leader. So we have Hail Hydra, pay a green, put a 1/1 counter on each HYDRA character on your side, and the Glory of HYDRA. Whenever a HYDRA character on your side attacks, Supreme Leader gains an XP. And when he levels up, he gains HYDRA High Council. Pay a yellow and a red. You can't lose the game while at least one of the following characters is on your side. Armanzola, Dr. Faustus, Gorgon with the stars, Hive Kraken, Madam Hydra, or Viper. So if you get a bunch of them guys out, you can basically keep yourself alive forever. Crazy. Alright, so let's look at some of them characters. We're going to get our 4 copies, of course, of all of these. We have Armanzola. Devious, when Armanzola appears, choose an enemy player to discard a card. And Transfer Consciousness. Pay a blue. When Armanzola gets KO'd on an enemy player's turn, search your deck for an Armanzola character, reveal it, and put it in your hand. The HYDRA soldiers. So they're going to have Swarm, you have any number, and Soldier. When this character appears, put a -1 counter on counters equal to the number of soldiers on your side onto an enemy supporting character. Dr. Faucius. Hypnotic Suggestion. Pay a yellow moving enemy supporting character that attack less than Dr. Faucius onto your side and exhaust it. So his attack is 0, so you have to actually work to build him up to do this. But then it can become very powerful. We have the Fixer, who works with Zemo, who has Soldier and Techno Genius. At the start of your turn, draw a card for each equipment you control on your side. We have Gorgon, who has the Mantle card, because there's also the Inhumans Gorgon. The Spear in the East. Each characters don't get attack defense bonuses from +1 counters. They retain their counters, they just don't get bonuses from them. A Baron von Strucker, who has Soldier and Team Up HYDRA. Supporting characters on your side is also a HYDRA supporting character, so he gives everyone that team ability. We have Viper, Poison Fangs. Pay a red. If this is a melee attack, stun the enemy defender that has -1 counters. We have the Monstrous Hive. The Soldier and Collection of Parasites. Pay a green, put a 1/1 counter on Hive, a plus counter on Hive for each other face-up HYDRA character, equipment, and location on your side. We have Magneto, which makes no sense to me. I haven't read enough of the Secret Empire to know why Magneto is working with the HYDRA. I'm assuming this is Red Skull being a complete a-hole and forcing him to do it with the power of the Q, same way he rewrote Captain America. Because Magneto would not normally work with HYDRA, because HYDRA was part of Germany's army during World War II who saw to the Holocaust. But he has Solitary, Magneto can't team attack, and Master of Magnetism, KO all enemy equipment. So at least his abilities don't reflect that he's trying to work with them. We have the Kraken. He's a soldier, and behind the scenes, while Kraken is on your back row, front row characters on your side can't be struck while attacking. Madam HYDRA support. New World Order. You may discard any number of HYDRA characters to power up any HYDRA character on your side. And Red Skull. Diabolical Plan. Enemy players can't draw cards until your next turn. And our final support character is the Supreme Leader, aka Captain America, who has soldiers, and cut off a limb and 2 more shall take its place. Reaction green, when another HYDRA character on your side is KO'd on an enemy player's turn, put up to 2 HYDRA characters from your hand into play. That could be very, very crazy. Then we have some equipment to go with them. So they're going to get the HYDRA Assault Rifle, standard issue, pay 1 less if you're equipped to a soldier, and Long Arm, equipped character has 2 range and +2 attack while making ranged attacks, so the same as the shield one. And then Burst Fire, main, play a green, double the amount of minus counters on enemy character. Their plot twist is going to be strength above all else. Combat, if an attacker or defender on your side has the highest attack in combat, it can't be struck. And finally, they're going to get Gahana as their location. So this is another reason why they recommend maybe getting the base game, because each of these decks has one set of equipment and one plot twist. So if you don't have any other sets, or at least the base game, you're not going to have any other plot twists to use. But there's a couple. There's another one in here. It's any team one, but you're probably gonna want more than one. So there's also some other unique equipment. These ones have the Marvel symbol, so you just have to have a Marvel character. They are one of a kind, so we only get one copy of each, but they're powerful, like artifacts in the Marvel universe. So you have the Darkhold, which says Malevolent, equip only to evil characters. Dark Magic, when you play your first plot twist each turn, put it into your hand instead of your KO pile. We have the Serpent Crown, which is a big giant storyline. Unwanted Gift. Equip the Serpent Crown to an unequipped enemy supporting character under such control. When you equip this to an enemy support character, move that character to your side. When this is unequipped from that character, move it to its owner's side. So take control card. We have the Nullifier. Ultimate Nullification. When the Nullifier appears, name a keyword or a superpower. Enemy characters lose it and can't gain that power again until the Nullifier leaves play. And the final one is the Book of the Vishanti. Benevolent, only good characters, and Deflection Magic. Cancel the first plot twist an enemy player plays each turn. And then our generic, and my thing fell over. Alright, our generic plot twist for everybody is Unwavering Loyalty. Says loyalty. This may be put in your deck only if all cards on your deck with your team affiliation share the same team affiliation. So it works like the loyalty we've seen in like with the champion set and the Monsters Unleashed set. But this one can go for any team. But then it has choose a character in combat to get +3/+3. And then finally, our last thing we're going to look at are basic locations. Well, not finally, but one of our last things. So we have 8 copies of each, so 4 for each deck. We have the New Academy. This is just a regular school. This could be the Massachusetts school, or Doctor Strange's school. I'm not sure specifically what building this is. We have the Fortress, which is clearly a HYDRA base. We have the Laboratory, which could be a HYDRA, I'm guessing probably like a HYDRA laboratory. So it's like they're testing something on a person there. And the Training Grounds, which look like a S.H.I.E.L.D. training base on the helicarrier. So we're going to get 8 copies of each. So then the last thing we have is every deck is going to come with 4 copies of Singularity from the A4 set. So it's going to be A4 set 15 with a star. They just updated this card. So if you're playing in like tournaments or going to a game thing, you're trying to use Singularity, they're going to make you use this version. Even if you don't have this card, you have to play like in a rag or a copied version of it or something. The difference is they added a blue on there, so you have to pay for it now, versus it just being a free ability. They did give it different artwork, which is cool. And then there's a first printing promo, so it says at the bottom it's VSP, so promo number 22, and it's Kobek, who is the Cosmic Cube given form, just has one of a kind, reshape history. Enemy characters lose and can't gain their team affiliations. Alright, so that's what we got for the HYDRA S.H.I.E.L.D. versus set. Check out the other videos. See you guys later. Bye.